It might sound like a paradox when we say leaders inspire others, because really it is an outside force then. But what leaders do is that leaders are an example for others to recognize that they also have that same ability, that same capacity, that same power to understand how to inspire themselves from
Often
within.
we've heard about leadership and motivation, and it is more and more, and recently, that we've been talking about leadership and inspiration, meaning that leaders inspire themselves and others instead of just motivate. Comes from the word movement. It is moving because of an outer force, because of a force from outside. And often our motivations are either rewards or punishment. Either we are motivated because something is given to us financially, or food sometimes is a motivation, admiration is a motivation, recognition is a motivation, and it's from the outside. And yes, this is a force that sometimes moves us to do something, and that's why the typical, the carrot in front of us, and how big is our carrot, how big is our motivation. Now let's look at inspiration. Inspiration comes from the word in spirit, meaning it's something within, it's something that nobody can take away from us, it's something that we don't need the outside to give it to us, and therefore is more sustainable. Because what happens with the outer force? What if that force doesn't exist anymore? The motivation is gone. And that's why many people go down and, hit bottom, because those motivations don't exist. Now, when we learn how to be inspired ourselves and how to inspire others, so that others can get again that awareness and that inner force, that inner energy that moves them or propels them to achieve or to be whoever it is that they want. That's quite different. And that's what we use the word empowering. When we empower ourselves or empower others, then that outer force doesn't have to be there all the time. That's the big difference. True leaders empower themselves and others, and true leaders inspire themselves and others instead of motivate. Now let's be aware and be conscious of the difference between these two words, and let's use them in a way that empower us to be, to do, and to have whatever it is that we envision, whatever purpose we have in our lives. Because with inspiration, really we focus on our purpose and our vision, which is something internal. And with motivation, we focus on something that is outside of ourselves and that is often provided by others. And that's where the energy shifts. What if that other force ceases to be? Then our motivation is gone. With empowerment, with the inner force, with the inspiration, we manage that energy, we manage that force, we manage that power. And how do we manage that inner world? With our thoughts, with our words, and with our feelings. And that's really what inspiration is. And that's really when we talk about taking our power back, and it is maintaining that connection to the higher spirit, the bigger self of us, with God, if you want.